Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Svend-Erik.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm here in Edinburgh, and you are where I lived, used to live.
Yes, in Copenhagen,
You're in the middle.
downtown,
You live in the middle of the Copenhagen there.
in the heart of Copenhagen. Yes.
Do you remember when we met?
Yes, we met at the Vejlesø Privatskole.
And at one point, I told you some stories. I remember that. It was like that was sort of okay. The part of Churchill and all that, it was just going, oh, come on, Svend for fanden. Can we do something else here? But now you have something prepared for me. I'm really looking forward to hear what you
Okay, I'm
got.
gonna I'm gonna sing a song for you. More, I can't tell. Okay. You have to. Girl, don't mess with my man. I sure as hell don't enjoy the view of you in your hands again all over my ball. I want you grab your chance to shave off while you still can. Right now you're acting just like a train. Stay away, hell from my man. Cause, yes, because it's only mine. You just ain't worth the dime to him. And girl, you sure is wasting your precious time. See, I'm the only one on his mind.
Thank you, Sarah.
You.
What was that?
That was one of my songs called Only Mine, and it's about normally the introduction for this song is that sometimes you find the one and only, like the perfect guy, the charming guy, a beautiful guy, whatever, just somebody who has the whole package. And the backside of the coin is that when you found somebody that amazing, you're not always the only one who thinks he's quite amazing.
Ah,
Then sometimes you have to do something about it, and that could be just singing a song to a girl that has a bit too too long fingers. I don't know
yeah.
if you say that in English. Yeah.
I saw him first.
Yes, it's mine. It's
He's
only
my
mine.
man.
The song is called Only Mine. So yeah.
But you made it yourself.
Yes, it's quite an old song now, but it's still it's one of the songs I play myself.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. There's something about this quietness in the song that I really enjoy. It's like you hold it. You don't. There's no force. It's no pressure. It's just going there. Very,
It,
very
yeah.
quiet. It was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Ah, I don't. I mean, come on. you you have this
It's your
beautiful voice. What? You have this beautiful voice that was going like. I was actually thinking of singing the song for you, and it's just going to be like, all right, whatever, what. You know this very old song called Maria Magdalena? Have you heard that?
Yeah. Now at least I'm gonna get to know it now. I think it rings a bell, but I actually,
Oh, it's
yeah.
Danish, but anyway. I explain it first. It's Maria, who's Magdalena, who's sitting by the tree, and there's an old man coming to her, and he says to her, "Where's your children, Maria? Well, you have 3 children, and you killed them all. First one you made with your father, second with your brother, the third one with your priest. And that's the worst. I mean, the priest was really bad. The 2 others, father and brother, doesn't matter. And you kill them, nothing to do about it, but the priest, that's bad for you." And Maria just said, "Well, you can do what you want, but please spare me all your blabbering, blah, 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 blah. Just punish me." And he said, "All right, I punish you. You have nothing to eat for 40 days, nothing to drink for 40 days, and then I'll come back." I don't know if you remember, but Jesus was sitting in 40 days in the desert.
Yeah.
And all that. So he comes back, the old man, to Maria and says, "How have you been, Maria? You've been sitting here with nothing to eat and everything." And Maria just said, "Well, I've really had it. Like, I've been drinking wine and eating bread. It's been so nice here." If that's the truth. What?
I've been having a good time.
Yeah, go, man. I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. So Maria just said, the old man says to Maria, "Well, then I'll bring you up to heaven, because that's beautiful." That was very beautiful for him to hear. And where Maria was sitting at that spot, there were some, not 3, but some blue lilies growing. So if you find some blue lilies around, it's where Maria sat. That's the song. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Maria sad ved brøndeto. Jesus så, Herre min, den gamle mand for hende stod. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Hør Maria, farver fin, Jesus så, Herre min, hvor har du gjort af børnene din? Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Og ingen børn så har jeg haft, Jesus så, Herre min, og ingen børn har jeg slået ihjel. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Den første ved din fader, Jesus så, Herre min, den anden ved din broder. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Den tredje ved din sognepræst, Jesus og Herre min. Og den søn skal stå der allernæst. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Og så siger Maria så til ham, så hård en straf, så vil jeg lide. Jesus og Herre min, men frels min sjæl fra jammer og kvid. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Ingen straf, så skal du lide. Jesus og Herre min, ind 40 dage du skal faste ud i. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Og 40 dage de var runde hen. Jesus og Herre min, den gamle mand, han kom igen. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Og hør Maria, farver fin, Jesus og Herre min, hvordan har du lige fasten din? Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Og jeg har lidt i fasten min, Jesus og Herre min, som jeg havde et brød og drukken vin. Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre. Og har du lidt i fasten din, Jesus og Herre min, og hvad så? Så skal han op i himlen, ikke? Jo, så følg med mig. Jeg kan ikke rigtig huske det sidste der med. Har du lidt i festen, din Jesus og Herre min, som du havde brød og drukken vin, Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre, så kom og følg med mig, for dit lod, det skal være oppe i himmerig. Og så kommer det sidste. Alt på det sted, hvor Maria sad, Jesus, o Herre min, der vokste liljer, hvid og blå, Maria Magdalena, hun bad til vor Herre.
Yeah. Tak for sangen.
Welcome. I was actually saying in English that, well, it's gonna be the story that I told you once, and I met you once in the station, and you said, well, I don't remember that, but it was in the spring. And in the spring, I was out every single, like it was, I think it was Thursday or something like that. I always went into Kongens Have and told stories under the very beautiful Blood Beach, Copper Beach, it's called in English. And I did the program, and I had spring stories, like for spring, love, hope, all that. And I was like, I don't want to tell that. I want to tell a story like I'm going to kill someone. So I made up a story, and I came in, it was in the evening I was supposed to tell it, and you were all sitting there, and I was talking about Churchill, and you were sitting there as well, and you were going like, oh my goodness God, why do we have to listen to this? And at one point, you just looked at me and said, can you tell a story? And then, because I was supposed to tell the story in the evening, I told you this story. It's about a Mrs. Perfect. Miss Perfect. She's always, wearing everything's perfect for her. And that's one of the reasons that she doesn't really like the spring, because you never know if you need the one that's sort of very warm, or the one that's sort of in between, or the cold one, because you can't really predict it. It goes up and down, suddenly it's cold, suddenly it's warm, and she hates it. And this day was like that. She woke up in the morning and it was like cold, so she took on her really like a lot of wool, and it was really well protected. She walked into her office, always perfect. But that day, she was sweating. She was sweating because it was so hot. It was so warm, just like today. It was a beautiful day. And in that shop, kind of, whatever it is, a cykelbud, a green bicycle guy that was just coming in those days when this story occurred. They were cycling around in Copenhagen, beautiful guys with ties, very big, strong guys, and they were coming in. He was coming in with a parcel for her, for the company. And he was good looking. My God, he was good looking. He had a little curly hair here. There was some drops coming down. He was just perfect. The green eyes, just looking like a little boy. And always kind of, woo, woo, woo. And he gave her the parcel. And the only thing she should do was actually to write her name. But she looked at him, and she was never in a way she'd done anything like this before. But she wrote her name and her address. And he just took it and said, oh, yeah, 5 o'clock then. And he left. And she went home, and she was still in this strange mode that she was Mrs. Perfect, and all that, Miss Perfect. And there were these knives on the wall, these perfectly made. You have this magnet on the wall, and there was this wall knives. Yes, exactly. So he came, of course, not 5 o'clock. She was going like this at 5, but eventually it became 5:30 or something like that. And then it was knock on the door, and there he stood. He was, oh, wow. Now he was in a t-shirt, and he was a perfectly looking guy. He was just gorgeous. And then he walked in and just said, "Where is the bedroom?" Right? He knew what they were going to do. And she said, "No, no, no, I can make you a cup of tea. Please, please don't do anything here." And she went in there and made the perfect cup of tea. But he went in the kitchen as well and started doing all kinds of things with her dress. And she was like, what's she doing? And then she saw the knives. And when I told that story, you got up, as far as I remember it. But when I met you in the station, you said, "No way." But the way that I remember it was that you got up, looked at me, and said, "You ain't going to do that, Sven. I don't want this. I like the guy, so you ain't going to kill him. I don't want this. No way." And then you left the room.
Well, I really don't remember, but it kind of sounds like me.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Sarah, right? This story with you leaving the room is actually a story that I told it many times before in when I teach, because it's such a brilliant way that you are actually in the story, but then you realize that there's something in the story that you don't want. So you just get up and said, and you looked at me just like, "No way, it's on." Then you left, and I was just staring at you, and you're going like, what is that? So that's my story for you.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good story.
Thank you. Without an ending.
Yeah, I never got the ending. But what happened?
I actually think that you got a better ending than the rest of them, because she killed him and cut her into pieces and walked into the next day she went to work, and that was a good day because it was chill. So, and everybody was sitting there when I told the story was like, "Oh, what? That's not a good story. They didn't like it. Your ending is much better. He's just coming in there, he's handsome, he's cool." And you were just going, "No way. They're gonna have a good time. I'm leaving." I think you made the best story there. So
Yeah,
cool.
I got the ending I wanted, I guess.
Exactly.
So now I have to figure out something, and it's hard to thinking about what you want to do when you're listening to the story.
You take your time.
Good, then I will, because
Spring.
yeah, or maybe I was also thinking about the young guy thing, because I do have a song about that, but I'm not that good at playing it on the piano. But maybe I can just sing it a cappella. Oh, when you touch me, baby, I can't get cool. So doggone sweet you send me, but I'm a fool. So hang on when I know it's wrong, but I can't keep from you. I could dissolve into your blissful pair of eyes. But you're too young and I'm too wise. Whoa! Now when you kiss me, baby. La 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 la. Okay, just a second. I need to, because I'm getting so out of it. I love that sparkle so much now. I see in you. My poor heart's caught up now in rendezvous. I should be getting out of fear, not let myself fall in love with you. But oh, you got me foolishly paralyzed, yeah. But you're too young and I'm too wise. And it's not like I don't like all your boyish charm. And I love the tender ways you hold me in your arms. But I know soon you're gonna be on your way again, just to leave me lonely like the fool that I am. Swept on my stilettos, you get to me. My silent plea echoes, so very bittersweet. Should be getting out of fear, not let myself fall in love with you. But oh, you got me foolishly mesmerized. 'Cause you're too young and I'm too wise.
I'm actually going to say this in English. It's just like this, that you are going, that you're playing in Mojo, wherever you're playing.
I play a lot of blues, like cover blues things as well, because I really like to interpret the old blues, soul, and jazz standards. So, but it's always I'm trying to make a mix of my own songs and the classic blues things. But I think there's so many great songs in this world that I really would like to sing. So for me, it's not necessarily about whether I wrote it myself or I am. And I'm actually releasing an album very soon with mostly my own stuff.
What is it with blues?
Well, I think, I mean, it's basically very simple. It's three chords, most of it.
Okay.
It's like you have like the number one chord that's and then I think most music is built up about that skeleton that's within the three chords. It's like if you play a blues round, for example, then that's the first chord, and then you have the second chord, and maybe you put a seven on it.
And then back again.
Yeah, and then you go to the fifth, to the third chord, which is the fifth step in the thing. And then suddenly everybody understands this.
I got it.
It's very, very, very simple, and it's like I think it's so natural in at least in the Western thoughts of music. We're so used to that. If you're going to this and just stay on this chord, it's okay, and then you're like, okay, that's where we are. You have like an understanding of the music and the key and whatever somehow, even if you don't know much about music. And then you go to the fourth chord. It's not changing anything much. It's very harmonic, and but it's still leading to the fifth, like the fifth step. That's like, okay, so now we're going back again. Now we're actually about to make an ending. And so I think those three chords, you find them in most music, because that's the skeleton. That's where you like, you can always put like put some other things in between and make it more like make it more interesting and give it some colors and some flavors. And then there's obviously it's not just a blues just because you because you just have the three chords, but it's also the feeling, and it
Where do you
comes
get
from
the feeling from?
I mean, from life and love and
Pain.
yeah, and I think it's also a matter of taking something very simple, because the blues is musically, and I mean it's I don't think it's very simple, but it is very simple, and but for it to become something, you have to put your emotions and interpret it, and you have to like be able to just sing your heart out and your emotions out, and give that to the people listening, and without having any fancy chords or any whatever. It's straight to the bone. You just do it.
And you just proved that right there twice. Sarah, so much thank you for this. It's been such a pleasure. And the last thing here, you just couldn't stop. You were just.
Oh no, I'm so passionate.
It was one simple question. It was just like, what do you want? Like,
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there any way we can get this album? How do we
Well,
get it?
I would say so much, join my Facebook page, Sarah da Silva,
Cool.
or go to sarahdasilva.com. It's not out yet, but I hopefully it will be out here in the beginning of June latest.
Good
But
luck.
Good
Good luck, Sarah. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a lovely evening.
You too.
Bye.